my home studio engineers. As always, thank you so much for checking out the Home Recording Network. Today's video is just a quick one, but it's to answer a question that I see a lot of people asking on some of the Logic user groups on Facebook and all that. And the question is, why are my mono tracks being bounced or exported as a stereo track? So maybe you're trying to bounce a track in place or bounce a region in place and it's a mono track, but after it's bounced, it looks like a stereo track. Or maybe you're trying to export some tracks, and again, your mono tracks are showing as stereo, which is pretty odd, right? Well, this is a real easy fix. So let's hop into Logic and I will show you how to fix this problem. All right, so we are going to be using this top mic on this snare drum as our example. So this is just a live snare microphone. It's a mono track. Yeah, just a live snare drum. So this is obviously mono, right? So what if we wanted to bounce this in place? So let's say we got a bunch of plugins on this and we want to kind of print those plugins into the track. Let's do a bounce in place for it then. So if we go File, Bounce Regions in Place, we can either do Bounce Regions in Place or Bounce Track in Place. If we do Bounce Regions, it's going to ignore everything before the region starts. If we do Bounce Track in Place, it's going to just bounce this whole track, so from the beginning of the session on. But let's do Bounce Region in Place, and we'll just send that to a new track. Take a second here. And it's going to put this right below and just solo it real quick. So look, it's bounced our top snare microphone as a stereo track, which we don't necessarily want, right? Now, the first thing I want to point out here is that although this appears stereo, it is still just a mono track. So if we hit play and look at the fader as this track plays, you're going to see that it's split it up into a left and a right channel, but there's no difference volume-wise between those channels. So although it looks like a stereo track, it's still just a mono track. Yeah, and a good workaround for this, if you do get, stems or tracks that are supposed to be mono and they're not showing as mono, is you could just switch the input here to mono, and this is gonna just make it appear down here on the fader as a mono track. Yeah, so that's a workaround, but still it's not pleasing to the eye because we still see this as a stereo track up here. And although there's no difference in sound, we probably just want to see this as a mono track, right? Because again, it's more pleasing to the eye. So let's undo this and we will give this another go here. So let's do Bounce Regions in Place again. And this time we are going to deselect Include Volume/Pan Automation. So let's hit OK. Let this work. And now we have our bounced region here, and we can see that this is now just our mono track, right? So that's the key, unchecking that box. It's really simple. And just to show you guys, this is in a couple of different spots in Logic. So if we wanted to bounce the full track in place, again, that checkbox is going to be in there as well, and you're going to want to deselect that. If you want to export your tracks to maybe send them to, someone else or something like that, we go to export. Again, we have the option to export the region, but normally we're going to export the full track. So let's go there. And again, you're going to see that include volume, pan automation in there as well. And you're going to want to deselect that before you export your mono tracks. Now, you still want to leave this checked if you do have any pan information in there, but normally we don't want that in our track if we're sending our tracks to someone else to mix. So you're normally going to want to deselect this, and this is going to retain your mono tracks. Now, if this video helped you out at all, be sure to like and subscribe so that I can continue to grow my small channel. I've seen a lot of questions about this numerous times on a lot of the groups, so I hope this helped someone out. But that's it for today. Happy mixing, guys. Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to download your free Ultimate Home Studio Mix Guide with your go-to EQ and compression settings for all your tracks. And also be sure to register for my free online mix training that I hold a couple times a week so that you can learn how to make radio quality music from your home without breaking the bank.